Hello and welcome. Man, I got a lot of Newsarama articles open. This is crazy stuff. So I've talked a little bit about this with people, and the news keeps changing. The news absolutely does. It keeps changing. It keeps rearranging. Honestly, I can't tell you for sure what the status of all this stuff is right this second because that's how quickly it changes. So DC is doing this thing where they've essentially broken their contract. Now, this is legally, this is kind of a big deal with Diamond. And they're saying, yo, instead of having an exclusive distributor named Diamond, we're going to start sending books out through, well, the other companies associated with these companies. So DCBS and Midtown, they both have a lot of warehouses. They both have shipping infrastructure. In the case of DCBS, they mail books all over the place. Once a month, you can put in your pull list. They'll send you a monthly shipment of everything you want. Midtown, man, I've ordered stuff from them. Their packing is pretty impeccable. And various stores out there have reacted to this. They've seen, oh, look at this. These new suppliers, these new distributors who we don't have pre existing relationships with, right? We don't have previous relationships with, and who are owned and run by our sort of direct competitors. I mean, unless you're in New York City, you're not really competing with Midtown. And yeah, you're kind of competing with DCBS because they're huge, they sell nationwide, but they're also selling a different experience. They're selling a different kind of product because they're selling the we'll ship it to you cheap product as opposed to the come in and chat with your store owner product, which is an entirely different product. So some owners are upset. I will not be signing up for this. I'll wait for Diamond to reopen. Company run by people who love comics. Da 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 da. Oh, and apparently there's like a whole original story here. Whatever. Whatever. So DC said, hey, all those books you ordered that were supposed to be out this week and next week or something through Diamond, guess what? Those solicits are canceled. Diamond is like, yo, what are you talking about, DC? What are you talking about? Now, let's see. So Diamond sends out an email. We've confirmed that the orders you placed will be fulfilled. Oh, here it is from April 1 to 15. Yeah, there's the two new companies. We'll get to more about the two new companies here in a minute. It's a mess. It's a mess. Now, of course, the comic book industry was incredibly fragile. When you have one failure point, whether that failure point is your distributor, or if God help us, there was only one company that could print comic books or something. When that something comes along, you could call this like a black swan event. Although we've yet to see just how bad it will be for the whole economy. But something bad happened. Diamond is fragile. Their margins are pretty thin, man. Pretty thin. There's no money in the comic book industry. Stores run on super thin margins because they're all competing against just ordering directly, or like ordering from DCBS, or me ordering from Graham Cracker Comics and then picking it up next time I go to the store. That kind of stuff. You're competing against that. Thin margins for them, thin margins for distributor. The publisher's got to be running on pretty thin margins too. There's not a lot of money here, which is crazy because comic books seem so expensive. $5 for 20 pages of art. That seems ludicrous. That seems like a lot of money because when I was a kid, they cost like 75 cents or a dollar or $1.25. And after that point, they started getting too expensive. That stops being like loose change and starts turning into real money. Real kind of money that you start thinking about. So Diamond and DC don't really know what's up here. Like, this is definitely somebody. Whether Diamond is in breach of DC's contract or DC is in breach of their contract with Diamond, I don't know, but somebody is in breach of contract. And so DC is also, boom! Yo, what if we get digital out there right now? It's a great plan. Free DC digital releases include number ones of these things. This is brilliant. You get people, oh man, free stuff. Then they pick it up, they read it, and maybe you convert some of that free stuff, even like a 5% conversion of that free stuff to ongoing sales. You've just made potentially thousands of new customers that never would have bought your digital stuff before. So whether it's like some classic stuff like reprinting Hush, or if it's like, yo, we're gonna rush this, the new stories from the Giants. Either way, that's how you start getting customers. This is just a sunk advertising cost. They're trying to keep their hype alive, basically, by doing this. What else can you do? There's nothing else you can do. You have to do something like this to stay in people's minds. One of the big problems with comic books over the past 20 years, 25 years, something like that, is that they've fallen out of public consciousness. I understand there are lots of crazy problems with like newsstand distribution, even back in the day during the glory days. But, 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 newsstands are everywhere. You go to the drugstore, they sell magazines. You go to the bookstore, they sell magazines. You go to the gas station, they sell magazines. Newsstands are everywhere. Even if there are very few proper stores that are just newsstands, usually you find those in really big malls where that newsstand is also selling you like donuts and or bagels and coffee, that kind of stuff. Or you find them in airports where they call it a newsstand, but it's really just like the store to come in, maybe buy a magazine or book, get a soda, and a pack of Skittles, like that kind of stuff. Newsstands are everywhere. Comic books used to be everywhere. All right, now I said we were going to talk about these two companies here. This was an interesting tweet. So they've actually split up geographically. This is going super old school because distributors used to be geo-locked. You would have, and lots of industries were like this. Wrestling used to have the territories. Different companies had like the franchise, and I'm using franchise loosely here, in a territory. Different distributors had contracts in territories. So what is a territory? Diamond did not terminate their agreement with Diamond, or DC did not terminate it. Maybe they didn't terminate it, dude, but I don't know. It's supposed to be exclusive as, yeah, right here. Right here. This is Captain Cummings, I think. The exclusivity clause is probably the reason they cannot break from Diamond. Yeah. So the agreement's not terminated, but somebody is probably in breach of the terms here, whether it's Diamond for not being able to ship the product, or it's DC for shipping product through other stores. Now maybe there's like some wiggle room in that exclusivity thing where it's kind of like the big books have to go through Diamond, and that might be why DC is not shipping Batman out right now. I don't know. I haven't seen the contracts. And even if I did, let's be honest, there's a good chance that you or I, unless you become a lawyer, and I don't know if you're a lawyer or not, will misinterpret them. Because legalese, footnotes, definitions, that stuff gets complicated. I can read some of that, but boy, it gets rough. So what do the territories look like? Kind of weird. This is kind of weird, because I thought DCBS was actually like in the Midwest. Like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Never mind. Because I thought they were like headquartered in Chicago or. Oh, hey, hold on, hold on. Let's see. Fort Wayne, Indiana is their HQ, as is Texas. Oh, because it's so close. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And wow, what is I don't know. The breakdowns of these territories seem kind of weird. Do you think they would have just split on like the Mississippi? I don't know. But if you're East Coast, your store should be getting it from Midtown via UCS, and if you're on West Coast or Midwest or whatever, your store will get it through this if they choose to sign up for it. Per this article back here, there's a lot of disagreement about that. Some stores are like, I'm not doing this. I'm a diamond shop. There have been a lot of those kind of discussions going on. I'm not privy directly to them, but I was watching Perch stream on with Thinking Critical, and so it's like four or five, six shop owners there talking, and they were kind of talking about some of the things other shop owners were saying. And there's a lot of contention. There's a lot of shop owners who are not going to go for this for various reasons. So this is all DC. Like, these six things we got here, these are all items for DC. Other publishers are kind of doing okay. Are you just not going to show this article? Oh, there we go. Alternative leaves Diamond. They have their own reasons. Diamond is not fulfilling or is not asking for reorders. Like when a shop, let's say I wanted Scrimshaw 5. It doesn't really matter which Scrimshaw miniseries has 5. Just, I wanted Alternative Comic issue number 5. And we're already on issue 6. So the store goes, yo, Diamond, I want to get this number 5 for my homie Elizibar here. And then Diamond doesn't put that order through to the publisher, so the publisher can't fulfill the order by sending product to Diamond. And I don't know why, when you're a distributor, you would ever want to put yourself in the position where you're not trying to scrape up every dollar you can get. Like, as a company, that's literally your job. If somebody wants to buy your product and you have it in stock, you sell them your product. That's what you do. Diamond has not been doing that for Alterna, so Alterna has gotten out. And instead, they're building connections directly to stores. You can see that here. That's 5 new stores that have signed up to work with Alterna Comics directly. So they're just cutting out the middleman. They're cutting out the distributor layer entirely, which in the long run is probably better for the stores and Alterna's profit margins on both sides. Now, it's less convenient. It's more overhead. But the store will probably come out ahead because they probably will get a better price from Alterna than they would from Diamond. And Alterna is probably going to get a bigger cut of the money than Diamond would give them. So everybody wins. It can become a win-win experience for literally everyone involved. Because like Diamond will sell you a book for half the cover price if you're a store. Well, if Alterna cuts that down to 40% of the cover price, and I have no... Let me be clear. I have no indication that that's what they're doing or anything like that. But they have the capability to do that kind of thing. And if they do it, then everybody comes out ahead. I imagine Diamond also charges shipping. And with Alterna, I think if you order enough books as a store, just like if I went and ordered $25 or more worth of stuff from Alterna, you get free shipping. So I imagine stores will get the benefit of that same kind of thing too, which is fantastic for a store. So you can save money that way too. Other publishers, they're asking to sell direct. Buy direct from Scout Comics. Cool. But what about my store? Oh, they got your back. They're not the only publisher doing this. I saw some other publisher was also doing this, but I could not find who it was. I know it's out there somewhere, but I couldn't find it before I recorded this. That's great. So this is the same cut the store would get from Diamond. Half. That's fantastic. Or I should say from Diamond. If they were purchasing through Diamond. So store buys a $3.99 comic, Diamond gets $2, store gets $2. Scout Comics is doing the same thing here. Store, or I buy from Diamond or from Scout directly. They send half the money to the store. Store wasn't even in the equation. Store's still getting paid. That's good. I mean, sure, maybe Scout Comics would rather just kind of roll around in that extra like $2 a comic and make a big pile of singles on the floor and just feel great. But they're trying their best to support stores to keep the parts of the industry that they depend on to sell their products in a bigger channel than just online sales. They're trying to keep the whole system alive as best they can. Without stores, your sales are going to have problems. Alternative Comics kind of bucks that trend a little bit, but in general, that's how it rolls. That's how it be. And then other, here's another publisher. They are, this is Coffin Comics. They are super hard into just doing their sales online. They're super hard into running Kickstarters, that kind of stuff. You should, if you are interested in these kind of characters, you should definitely check that stuff out. They do a good job of just reaching out directly to the fans, cutting out the middleman entirely. But even they still put books in stores. So their main line of business seems to be like running Kickstarters and stuff like that. That is, I gotta admit that I almost want that homage cover, but I'm not gonna get it because it's probably like $20. So they're selling directly to customers. Alterna is selling to customers and trying to get stores to go through them directly. Scout Comics is selling to customers and sending money to stores for doing nothing. Uh, I hate to see an industry reduced to charity and begging, but I think a lot of industries are becoming reduced to charity and begging, you know? Uh, Another company that I know is kind of going hard into Kickstarter stuff seems to be Dynamite. They've been running projects on Kickstarter, but I couldn't find any news article in my 10 minutes of looking around that kind of talks about that phenomenon. But Dynamite has been doing a lot of stuff on Kickstarter too. It really seems like that's kind of the way a lot of the independent, smaller publishers will have to go to survive. Hold on. Let me open up my email real quick. There was. Hey, my camera's on. Hi, everybody. Let's put a comic book here so you can look at a comic book. All right. Let me open this up. If I still got that email from Antarctic Press, because they are also going hard into crowdfund type stuff. In fact, I think the email was about them opening a Patreon. Antarctic Press. Let's see. Surviving in the Arctic. Is this the thing I want? Yeah, can I open this email in a web view? Is this it? Sorry, this page isn't available. Okay, well that's not good. See, I don't want to open this up because I'll dox myself. Let me find this again. I'm sorry. Antarctic Press. If I can't find it, like a way I can show you the whole email, I think I can just pull up their Patreon directly. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just pop over to their Patreon. Sign up to become... No, I didn't want to sign up to become a patron. I want to just open Patreon. Yeah, here we go. All right, let me flip back here. Show right monitor. Become a patron of Antarctic Press. So for $5 a month, get some high-res desktops and stuff, and four digital comics. Boom. That ain't bad, depending on what those books are. Our choice of titles, but they're all choice. Ooh, almost zero PD effort. Work in progress, behind the scenes stuff gets added at $9, and at $25 you get a mystery box. Don't know what exactly is in a mystery box, but hey, if you want to support like a very small these days publisher, you're looking at it right here. They publish Rags, which is not featured up here. Ninja High School. Actually, I don't think Ninja High School hasn't run for a long time. Gold Digger. Plush. They did those wrestling comics. I got those like Nikolai Volkov comics, like all that kind of stuff. And so they're trying to support their company through Patreon. There's a lot of different funding models out there, a lot of different ways to get product from the publisher to the customer. And while this is a shock to the system for the whole industry, it's also kind of like a renaissance age. You know, there's a lot of experimentation, a lot of people trying different things to see what's going to work. And you got to respect that. People go like, oh, haha, somebody failed. But you know what? They at least tried. They tried to do something. So maybe some of these models won't work out. Maybe Patreon doesn't work out for Antarctic Press. I hope it does. Maybe Alterna's distribution model of stores buying direct from them doesn't work. Maybe whatever DC's got going on here with these distributor or temporary distributors, or maybe not temporary, nobody knows. Maybe that doesn't work out, but at least they're trying stuff to keep their businesses alive, to keep getting product to you, the reader, to me, the reader, to the people that want these books. And that's pretty cool. All right, I have talked a lot. You all take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I sure hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.